love it with some passion. Rubber band and the money that keeps stacking. Got a honey who come with elite fashion. She too fine, I tell her that thing magic. You ain't a hustler, you broke, well that seems tragic. Gotta catch in the field like deep passes. I tell her plug if it's sticky, then please bag it. I need the best cause I grew up beneath madness. Need a matte burgundy mercy. Jewelry so heavy it might hurt me. Smoking extra kill, that extra seal. Whoa, Buffalo money need extra bills. Till I'm eating so much I got a breakfast deal. I put mom's on vacay with Bob Marley State. Racing all the homies in that Audi R8 place. Got an out of state name. Going hard to my tours is foreign. Like
Network, to wherever you get your podcast. You can get it right here on Buffalo Rumble. So if you haven't liked, followed, and subscribed, I'm going to challenge and urge you guys to do so. And I got my dog here. JPO _NA. All Bro Po is in the house. What's good, my guy?
Shoot, another day living.
You're coming here like Joe Cool. Yeah, I just piss excellence.
I'm like Shaq. He said, dropped a 30-20. You know what I mean? We the champions till we ain't the champions no more.
Man, dog, your week good, though?
It's been good, man. I'm excited for the real season to start. I'm tired of watching Big Bro get out there and play 6 plays. So I'm excited for a full game of watching these boys ball.
Yeah, no, it's time, man. It's long overdue, but we made it. Like now it's to the point where like this weekend, I look at it as a bye week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then, after that, it's game time. Like the season has officially started. We're still, whenever he gets in here, Twan, I don't know where he's at. He be coming here whenever he wants to, and when he gets in here, I'm definitely gonna be giving him shit tonight. So
somebody came up with that last week, sir. Did you see that on the comment?
Yeah, that's his nickname. Yeah. She said, did you just call him All Bro Po? Yes, Sarah, I just did. That's his nickname. He's been dubbed this. So whenever you refer to my dog, that's what you better call him. All right. All Bro Po. Because that's who he is. So anyway, man, it's a damn good week. It's Tuesday. I always look forward to Tuesday nights.
Yeah.
Because, the show's a chop up, no pun intended, but we do get to chop it up now.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I got a question, dog. I got a question for you.
Yeah.
This is a personal question, and I didn't tell you about it beforehand.
It's all good.
Okay, you ready for this? So lately, I've been I consider myself a food buff. Okay. And with that being said, I've had some pretty terrible meals in my lifetime. Okay. And this has to do with dating, and it has to do with food. All right. So tell me, what's the worst meal you've eaten at a date's house that maybe she's made or her parents have made? What's the worst meal? Because if you've been dating, everybody has them. Now, do you want me to go first while you think about it?
Nah, I mean, I know it, but the problem is it's because my mom's spaghetti is just better than every other spaghetti I've ever had in my entire life. So when I went over to this girl's house and they made spaghetti, it was just not good. And no spaghetti, and it's not her fault. It's just I could never eat someone else's spaghetti and think it's better than my mom's out for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just because it's my mom's or that she just cooks it right, but I can't eat spaghetti that's made by somebody else for some reason.
So what was bad about this spaghetti?
No, you never had my mom's spaghetti. Stop playing. Stop playing. 8 different blend of cheese in that motherfucker. Stop playing.
All right, so listen, I got a story, dog. So I'm dating this one chick, and she cool, she good people, right? And so I like to cook, so I had her, this was years ago, had her come over. I made her a meal or whatever, because I'm from the South. Like, that's what we do. We know how to cook. You know what I'm saying? So I could throw it down in the kitchen. So she's like, out of the goodness of her heart, she wants to return the favor. So, I immediately I start calculating the risk of me going to her house and eating a meal prepared. So, I go, so I'm at her house and I'm like, yo, what are you making tonight? She goes, I'm making you chicken tacos. Okay. So at first I'm like, all right, bet. Like, I mean, I've had chicken tacos. Like, you really can't mess up chicken tacos, right? Well, on this fateful day, let me tell you what happened. So, I'm sitting on the couch drinking a glass of wine or whatever, and I get up and I start peeking in the kitchen, trying to see what she's doing. And lo and behold, she's got chicken, right? Because we having chicken tacos. Well, there's a pot boiling on the stove. I'm like, I'm trying to figure out why is there water boiling on the stove. Lo and behold, old girl takes the chicken out, right? She washes it off, and then all of a sudden that chicken goes in the boiling pot. so so first of all, I like start texting my sister, like, yo, sis, like, I'm about to eat boiled chicken. She like, what? Yeah, I'm about hey, yo, she just put this chicken in a boiling pot of water. So now I'm tripping. There ain't no seasoning, no nothing. And then she serves it to me, bro, and you gotta eat it. It's like you're in another country, right? When you black and you go,
nah,
you just stop it, because I know what you're about to say.
Because at that point, you got to figure out, is she worth? At that point, you got to say, is she worth telling? Because you got to tell her, or else it's like,
no,
you have to, or else
you don't.
Like, at that point, you got to tell her if it's like something that's serious, like a serious relationship. You got to tell her that, like,
bro, I couldn't do it. And it was dry. It was dry and bland. Now, it wasn't your mom's sketty, but it was dry and bland. And I had to get like a cup of Sprite just to like get it all in. It was that bad.
Yeah.
Look who it is. What's good?
First, I just want to say, because I'm not gonna stay. I gotta pop in and pop out. But I just wanted to say first, I'm disappointed that our bro Poe would think that I would come at moms like that. Like, I wasn't even talking about moms. I was talking about old girls.
I had to let it be known.
No, I wouldn't talk about mom sketty like that. I know. Look, I get it. Everybody feels like they moms got the sketty. I believe you. I'm not hating on moms. I'm saying, old girl, you was dating.
Oh, it was bland. It was
she had the bland ass sketty. You couldn't get through it. You was like, I can't do it. But now for me, and you didn't ask me, but I'm gonna answer it just anyway. So now this is going back. This is going back some time. But Shorty was vegan, right? So like I got over, and she was making like this. It was like this Alfredo, I guess, and it was like wheat pasta or something like that. It was, dude, it was horrible, bro. Like, it was the most dry, just most disgusting. It was it was the worst. It tastes like cardboard with sauce, man. Like, it was horrible. Horrible. Needless to say, I never kicked it with Shorty again. You can't. You just go back.
Bro, you can't. You just gotta tell her so that she gets better.
No,
you gotta tell her if it's worth keeping the relationship. You gotta tell her so that she gets better at it. You can't just sit there and lie to her, else like you're just not gonna like her cooking forever. Like, you gotta tell her. You gotta let them know. Or if it's just a one night thing, like, you know what I mean, like, then you don't gotta tell her. Like,
you're too honest, bro. It's like one of those things, like when you get into a relationship and you start seeing stuff, and it's like, can I take this for 15 more years? And I can't do it. I can't do it.
Or you just gotta tell them they'll get better. I promise.
Because they're so happy to like serve you and make you a meal, and they labor hard over this.
Would they be upset 10 years down the line? 10 years down the line, and then you tell them like, "Yo, I've never like that." Like, would you rather that? Like, at some point, you're gonna get mad.
10 years don't happen.
We don't have. It's over.
You can never date somebody that
it's over.
Numero uno is cut.
It's a wrap.
But yo, I'm gonna get on out of here. I just popped in. I just wanted to make sure y'all knew I would never hate on Mama like that, and then I just want to show y'all some love.
Mama,
come on, get in here, tell him the same thing. That's all love. I hope you have a good
all
show.
Love, man. All love. Thanks for stopping by. But it's facts though. You can't do it, dog. You just cannot do it.
I would.
I know that's the problem. That's the problem. See, you're just all altogether good. And apparently I'm savage. You come up on this table with some ish. I'm gonna, hey, listen, I might not say it right now, but you getting cut. You getting cut. I'm cutting it. Yeah, OT Genesis, cut it. Yeah, I'm cutting it.
Exactly. Thank you. Put Sarah's.
Nope.
Thank you. Thank you.
Not in 2023. You can't tell her.
You can tell. Yeah, they'll get. I promise you, they might not like it at the time, but they'll get better at cooking because you were honest with them. As long as you don't say it in like a dick way.
I don't know. How much of a long-term investment are you in putting in this relationship?
I mean, if
it's one of those things where you can't just let her go, kind of thing. Then
if you've been with her, if you've been with her for like, and you just haven't had her cooking, like. It depends. If you've been with her for like a month and you've just now had her cooking, it'd be different. But
you a good dude, man. You're a good dude. I guess I'm a savage out here, but I got more story. We got all kinds of stuff to talk about this season about stupid stuff that I done been in. But anyway, as we jump into the show, I'm kind of excited, man, because we now get to really talk about real football, not hypothetical. Who's gonna do what? What does player A look like without ever putting pads on? Like, it's for real now.
Yeah.
Games actually matter. Like, I'm freaking excited.
I can't wait.
All right, so let's hop into this thing, man. Jonathan freaking Taylor. What a way to open the show. Just last week we were talking about Jim Irsay's like, yo, I'm gonna trade you. And then today there's Adam Schefter puts out a tweet, and you got guys, from who report on the Dolphins talking about it could happen. The Dolphins are the leading team, and all of a sudden.
To be fair to Jim Irsay, he gave Jonathan Taylor permission to go seek a trade.
Sure.
So his agent was working through details on the trade, and now the Colts just had to figure out whether they liked the compensation they were getting back from him or not. So Jim Irsay didn't tell him we're going to trade you. He said we're open to trading you if you go find us a trade.
True, but it's the same thing. You don't think so?
Not, no,
I mean it is though.
At the end of the day, they just want him to play. Like if I'm Jim Irsay, I would rather just sit you and have you play. Now we are having contract issues between what you want in the future and what we want. But if you're not gonna play here and you're gonna be on the pup list or whatever list he's gonna be on and not play, fine. If you want to go seek a trade, go seek a trade. You have until here to seek the trade. If you can't find compensation that we want back, then we're not going to trade you for that. And that's what it seems like it has gone on. Like they haven't gotten anything back that they wanted.
I'm kind of curious though, like what the offers might have looked like for him, because they're wanting first round compensation or similar to, or a package player. And we know this team has a lot of holes, namely on defense in the back end, right? I think they could use some help at offensive line. I mean, you got a young quarterback, Anthony Richardson. Like, I'm thinking 3rd, 4th round pick. Because I don't know if anybody's offering a 2nd round pick. I think if someone had offered that, they would have taken it.
I'm not sure. I know that they wanted a first back or something equivalent. And I would assume the Dolphins and the Eagles were playing back and forth about who was going to take the next step. And I want to assume that the Eagles, because no matter what, if the Eagles offer a second and then the Dolphins offer a second, they're going to take the Dolphins because the Dolphins probably is going to be higher.
Sure.
So I'm sure like the Eagles didn't want to keep negotiating against themselves, and neither did the Dolphins. So I'm not sure where it stopped. I would say probably like a 3rd, but.
Would you offer that if you're Brandon Beane?
A 3rd? Yeah.
You'd offer that?
I'd offer a 3rd with a sign and trades, or excuse me, sign and trade to where we had a conversation with Jonathan Taylor saying that we're going to sign you the second that you're traded. We're going to sign you to an extension and agree to the numbers first. I would do that.
Yeah. I mean, you're paying. You think about that though. You give up a 3rd. Now you got to. Well, you don't have to pay him, but if you're going to give up a 3rd, you might as well consider it, right? Like, you're not just going to just give up a 3rd round pick unless you're the Rams or a team like the Rams did a couple years ago when they went and chased the title, right? They went all in. I guess maybe the Dolphins are kind of in the same boat. Like the Dolphins will be great.
I also think that the Rams were under the impression that Vaughn was going to stay longer, which it was close. Like I think it was close between the Rams and the Bills.
Yeah, I mean, Spence says, why do they want a 1st round pick when they aren't worth that much? I guess they want to capitalize on their investment, right? They drafted them. And according to them, they'll tell you they groomed him, right? They want to get as much as they can out of him.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'm gonna do a 3rd round pick though. I don't know.
You wouldn't do a 3rd round pick for a Super Bowl?
Well, you can't frame it like that.
But why not? If
he doesn't guarantee you a Super Bowl.
He pushes you over the edge of being able to get that that's the type of moves that if you get somebody that can push you over the edge, I would absolutely give it. I'm not giving up a 3rd round pick or a 2nd round pick if I'm one of these low tier teams that like Houston. Like I'm not doing it because my 2nd round pick is going to be a late 1st round pick. And then why am I giving that to you when I need those picks to build for my future? But if I'm a team that already has a squad and that 3rd round pick is going to be a fill player anyways, absolutely, I'm giving that up. I mean, the Bills have been drafting for need, not like they've been drafting to fill needs since they got good. And the 3rd round picks have been player after player just to fill a spot that's empty at the time or for depth. So if I'm going to draft for depth, then I'm trading a 3rd round pick for a starting running back. Absolutely.
There's one condition where I will be okay with that pick or the trading that asset is if Brandon Beane was hitting on some of these day 2 picks. You know what I'm saying? Like if we lived in a world where Cody Ford was a solid contributor, we live in a world name second Boogie Basham.
Wouldn't that help the case though? If Bean is missing on these 2nd and 3rd picks,
but you can't live like that
for Jonathan Taylor. if Bean is missing on these 2nd and 3rd round picks, the majority of the time, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's easy to draft, but like if he's missing and he's not that great on these second day picks, then what is the risk? What is really the risk of trading away that pick for Jonathan Taylor, who's a known commodity?
Man, I just feel like the part of the rebuild or the establishment or what the team roster construction is right now, man, I think you because of the contract situations that they are in where they have a loaded roster, you're not going to be able to keep everybody. You got a pending Gabe Davis coming up. I think he's going to have a solid year. Money's going to be the issue, right?
But
go ahead.
You could maneuver to get him a decent amount of money if he's going to be happier in a situation. I'm sure the money would go down yearly, and you can maneuver that. That's why I would give up the 3rd. If I'm not going to get him for a long-term deal, then I'm not sure. Like if I'm getting him for 1 year, I don't know if I would trade a 3rd pick, but maybe a 4th. I would trade a 4th if I'm only getting him for 1 year, but I would make sure it was a sign and trade deal for sure.
A 4th for sure. I mean, I would be okay with that. 3rd is like, but
if
again,
you get Jonathan Taylor for 3, would you trade a 3rd?
For a 3?
Yeah, for 3. If you get him for 3 years, would you trade a 3rd?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so like a sign and trade deal.
And it's not even a question.
Yeah.
It's not even a question. I would totally do it. The whole contract thing, how much is he really wanting? I haven't heard any numbers of what his agent's pushing for.
Well, he's unhappy there. So what he'd get there is not what he's going to get on one of these good teams that that's just the business. But you're going to be happier somewhere else where they're winning and you're playing and you're doing well and you have a good backup so that you're rotating and not. So you're going to be happier there. I'm sure you'll take less money into Miami or less money into Philadelphia or maybe Buffalo or Kansas City. That's just the nature of the beast.
For sure. There's another player that we're going to talk about after we get back from a break. This is the Chop Up on the Buffalo Rumblings vidcast feed. And I'm your host, Stills with the Girls. We got my boy over here on the other side. And guess what? This show is brought to you by the Jordan Poyer Foundation. We didn't talk about that earlier in the show as we usually do, but this show is brought to you by the Jordan Poyer Foundation. And we will be back in just a second.
Hey, football fans, the season is here. So you know that means family, football, and food. But for the NFL's best fan base, it can't be just any food. Bills Mafia only eat the best during the season. And the best is Picasso's Pizza. With 4 great locations in Western New York, it's so easy to treat yourself to the most flavorful pizza on game day. Picasso's. We are Buffalo Pizza, shipping local and nationwide. Order online at picassospizza.net.
Yo, have you had Picasso's?
The first day I know it's our sponsor, but the first day I got to Buffalo, I had Picasso's, and then like I just haven't went back. But I will in the future. I'm just on a diet right now, so don't.
Yeah. Rachel got you on that diet, huh? How's it going? How's it going?
So it's going great. I'm down 80 pounds in 3 months. So
say how much?
80 pounds in 3 months.
80 pounds in 3 months?
Yeah, man.
You just shed like 6 African children.
That's a funny way to frame it, but yeah,
yeah,
still working. Though.
What are you eating, or what are you not? You just don't eat anything.
Just no carbs, really. I'll go like 2 weeks on, 1 week off of no carbs, and every now and then I'll have like a big eat day, and then work out hard the next day.
That's some dude. Hey, kudos to you. I need to be on something like that. I'm over here eating Teddy Grahams.
They're fire. They're fire.
I can't stop, man. All right, so the next player up, we're talking about Chris Jones, Kansas City Chiefs. This offseason, he's been petitioning for a new deal, and he ain't got it. And the man has said, you know what? Since if you're not gonna pay me like one of the top defensive players in the league, I ain't showing up. And don't expect me to show up. And he hasn't shown up. And today they placed him on a non-football injury list or pup, some sort of pup designation. And I think he's out at least 4 weeks until they figure something out. Chris Jones has come out and said that he'll stay out till at least 8 weeks. And I think some in terms of the contract or the money he will be owed if he comes back at week 8. That's a huge blow for the Chiefs. What are your thoughts?
That's a situation where I don't blame either the player or the organization. They both have a job to do, and Chris should want to get his money, but it's hard to negotiate against Super Bowl champions. So, who knows? Who knows what'll happen? He could retire, which he's made enough to retire. That'd be fine. I wouldn't blame him at all.
I'd be cool with that.
Yeah, and he could come back, and whatever money he gets, he's earned. And it's a situation where there's not really much to talk about. It's just I don't know. He makes them better. I don't know if he takes him not being there takes him away from a Super Bowl. I can't say that, but who knows?
I mean, I think it's a big deal. I think the fact that he's not there is a big deal, just because he's their best defensive player. I mean, outside of Mahomes, Kelsey, he's the 3rd best player on the team.
Yeah, but they win with their offense anyways.
But you got to be able to stop a nosebleed. Like, he is everything on that defensive line, and without him being there, I think it's a big loss. It's a big deal.
It's not like easy to replace Chris Jones, and you can't really, but like you can still work around him not being there. If your offense is what theirs is, like at some point, like guys just have to make plays down the stretch. You don't have to make a bunch throughout the season, but when you get into the playoffs, you just have to make plays. And if somebody can step in and make a defensive play that's not Chris Jones, then what did you really lose?
You know what? I hope he doesn't play this year, just so I can be like, look, dog, I told you.
They're still going to be in the
AFC
divisionals. They're still going to have a chance at the AFC Championship. The Kansas City Chiefs was talking about. Stop playing.
I'm not saying that they can't get it, but if without him, they're gonna have some nicks, some bumps and bruises, big time. Because
you think we had a shot at full health outside of having Von Miller last year? You think we have a shot at beating the Bengals and going to the AFC Championship
without Von?
At full health. If we're playing good without Von.
Yeah, because Poyer and Hyde in the back end and a healthy Trey White shuts that down.
So I'm saying, like,
the Chiefs ain't got it like
as impactful. Hold on, as impactful. We also don't have it like the Chiefs offense yet. You know what I'm saying?
We're right there. What do you mean?
We're right there, but the Chiefs offense, let's stop playing, bro.
You're not gonna do that.
The Chiefs offense has been elite for about 3-4 years.
The Bills offense has been elite. What you talking about?
They've been a roller coaster
with one weapon.
They've been a top 10, but they've been a roller coaster of offense for and the Chiefs, when they get to playoff time, there is no roller coaster. They are efficient and they're on the move, and that's like what we're trying to stop. That's why we went out and got Von Miller.
You got a Chiefs like
I say it how it is. I say how I'm unbiased. I say how it is.
I don't know, dog. You repping them. You repping that red hard, son.
Unbiased. I say how it is.
But you can't sit here and say that the Bills are just mid on offense.
I didn't say that.
That's what you coming up in here like.
I said
they've been offense.
I said they've been consistently top 10. They've been consistently top 10, but there's a roller coaster effect that happens throughout our season offensively. We've seen it. We have games where they're just flowing, and we have games where they can't move the ball whatsoever. And so that's not been a problem outside of a couple games, maybe a few games for the Chiefs in recent past for the last like 3 years. There's been like 4 or 5 games where they've had like a dip, and we have been a roller coaster effect on offense. And the majority of the time, because we've had Josh, we've been in the top 10 consistently. But to get to that next level, our offense has to get more consistent, more efficient, like the Chiefs offense. And our defense has been pretty stout. Losing Tremaine is going to be crazy this year. I mean, we're going to talk about that later when we get to the 53-man. But but I just think the Chiefs have been more consistent and efficient on offense than we have on offense, and that's why they're sitting at championships. Not Chris Jones.
No, I mean, Andy Reid is the best play designer in the league, in my opinion, on offense. But every team hits their lulls in the season, right?
Oh yeah.
So no team is immune to that, but they do, like you're alluding to, they do kind of overcome those pretty quickly, and they're our machine. I mean, listen, he did this without great receivers last year, right? With Juju Smith-Schuster, like, get out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, when people said that, like, I was one of them. This was one when they lost Tyreek. I was like, okay, well, they're about to lose like half their offense, and then they ended up losing to the Colts last year. And I was like, this is it. And the second that happened, the next week, they started scoring 30 points a game over and over and over again. And like, that's just how the Chiefs have been. So I'm alluding it to their offense, not so much one individual player.
All right.
Other than Pat.
So, okay. So let's say we're AFC Championship game where both rosters are right now. Who you taking?
Right now?
Right now.
on the pup right now. So
okay. Everybody at full strength, healthy. Who you taking?
I'm taking us because our defense
every day.
Our defense will keep them to 20 or less, in my opinion, at full strength.
I don't know, dog. In the playoffs, that's tough.
Full strength?
Full strength.
Our defense.
You're gonna keep Mahomes at 20 points in the playoffs.
Yes, absolutely. We've yet to be at full strength yet with a Von Miller type DN rushing. Did Von Miller healthy? Bro. What did we keep him to last year? 17?
Nah,
or was it 20, 24, 20? 20. I called it 20 or less. 20 or less.
But you can't have that expectation going into the playoffs.
I would
Patrick Mahomes.
If anything, the game kind of slows down and less points are scored in the playoffs. They're supposed to be anyways, unless things get away from things.
You asked the Bills about that in the AFC Championship game.
we gave up 24 or 20.
It was 38. It's like 38. It was something like that. It
was in the AFC Championship game. Yeah,
because it was rough.
Because we were scoring at a high clip in that game, and they were also scoring at a high clip. And to be honest, we were supposed to win that game. So I mean,
no, I ain't talking about 13 seconds. The one the time before that, it was a bludgeon. 13 seconds was crazy. I mean, both quarterbacks were slinging, so that was wild. Full strength though, I don't know, man. I think it'll be another one of those like 13 seconds are gonna come down. Whoever has the ball last. I do take the Bills though. Like I like what they have accumulated on offense this offseason, and we've talked about this, right? I think Deontay Hardy's gonna be a stud for Josh Allen.
I mean, the receiving core has gotten a lot better. Wise, and so Gabe's also going to be an elite number 2 this year, and you can take that to the bank. Everybody watching.
Well, a number 2, that's fine, but you
an elite number
Diggs
2.
Diggs will say he's a number 1.
No, an elite number 2, as in like better than every other number 2, in my opinion, in the league this year.
That's a number 1 receiver. So you're saying
I'm talking about as of the list.
Hold on.
Goes.
So is Gabriel Davis better than T. Higgins?
Yes, he's going to be better this year than T. Higgins is this year.
Oh man,
absolutely.
That you want to put that on a T-shirt? You want to stand 10 toes down on that?
Absolutely.
Bruh, come on now. You my dog, but you crazy.
Absolutely.
Gabe Davis is going to be better.
The best number 2 receiver, with the exception of maybe Waddle.
Crazy dog.
With the exception of maybe Waddle.
I like
Gabe Davis is going to be the best number 2 receiver in the NFL. I just said with the exception of maybe Waddle, the best number 2 in football this year is going to be Gabe Davis outside of Waddle.
You sound like a politician.
Well, you can believe it or you don't believe it, but when it happens, it's gonna happen.
Oh,
you know what I'm
God.
saying? Believe it or don't believe it, it's not my problem. You know what I'm saying?
Look at the Cap.
Jason's hating. I've been trying to get him on this train. He walked it back last week. He apologized to me. He walked it back, and now he not believing me again. It's not my problem. I don't know.
I mean, listen, man. That's a bold statement. I appreciate you standing 10 toes down on your boy Gabe, but
Gabe about to get a bag of ski next year. That's probably not going to be.
He is. He. I don't think he's going to be here. What'd you think of his performance in the Bears game? Because look, that one over the middle in the first quarter. Well, he obviously only played one quarter, but the fourth play of the game where Josh threw him that from that RPO and he clanked on his hands. I'm like, bruh, that's the Gabe that we were seeing last year. I'm sorry. I was triggered. I was triggered, bro. I was like convulsing and having shakes because you got to catch that, dog. And then the one over on the left sideline where the DB was on his back a little bit. Like
I know that he was in perfect position for Josh to roll out right and throw it across his body and get a 30-yard gain. I saw that. I did see that though. Gabe gets all those
30. That was not a 30. That was not.
It was like a 27-yard gain. Yes, it was.
Embezzling, dog.
That's a fact. He's better. Yes, McNasty. He's going to be better than Devontae Smith this year. Yes.
God, I love you tonight because you over here you just sound like a politician, player. Oh, Devontae Smith, yeah.
Yes,
look,
Sarah's
like speaking into existence. Get out of here with that.
What, was that your impersonation of Sarah?
Well, in the moment, Sarah's my girl though. She's my girl. But I'm just saying, like, come on, dog.
Being 1,000 with you.
All right. Okay. All right.
We can put a one chip challenge. Let's do that. We can do the one chip challenge. The hot chip.
What is that?
It's an extremely hot chip, man. Whoever loses that bet.
See, you don't want that. You don't want that.
He'll be top 2 in receiving yards as a number 2 receiver this year. I'll put that in the bet.
Whoa. Say that again.
He'll be top 2 as a number 2 receiver in receiving yards.
How much we bet
the one chip. We'll do the one chip challenge.
Sure. You know what? And I'm a wuss when it comes to spicy. Okay. And I know I'm not gonna lose. I know I'm not gonna lose. I'm not gonna lose. I'm not gonna lose. So if I were to eat said chip, I might have to have a feeling on the show because I wouldn't be able to finish it.
We'll get you a glass of milk.
No, I hate milk. I'm lactose. I'm black. Lactose is, bro. I look at milk and I just start bubble guts everywhere. I can't do it. I'm just saying, bro. I just, I ain't gotta like you, player.
They came out with the 53 man.
Yeah, they came out with the 53-man roster. Lots of speculation as to who would make the team. I think it's been better this year than in years past. This roster is pretty set. I don't think there was any notable decisions.
Ike Bodeger being cut. Yeah, Ike Bodeger being cut was something I didn't expect. He was. I mean, like prior to him getting injured last year, he was pretty solid as a backup lineman.
I'll pass on him. I don't like dude.
You don't like Ike?
No.
Wow.
The only Ike I like Ike Turner.
So you don't like his name? That's so they ain't got nothing to do with his play. You don't like
No,
his name?
as a guard. I think he had a decent season a couple years ago.
And he got hurt last year. He was
hurt. He was hurt last year. Man, we just had like the guards that the Bills have put out on the field just haven't been really good. Like they just been, Roger Saffold, Cody Ford.
Because Cody was all right in Arizona last year. I don't want to say he's been great, but part of me want to say that it might be the scheme, and to where they haven't been as successful, because it's pretty tough to have guard after guard after guard after guard come in here and just not be as good as what you expect them to be. So I'm hoping that this year with the 2 tight end set and playing a lot of 12, that the guards get a little bit more pressure taken off of them. I do like Terrence a lot.
Yeah. O'Cyrus Torrence is he's good. He's good. It makes me that
is
pick
it Torrence
makes me
or
happy.
Terrence?
Osiris Torrence. Yeah.
Torrence.
That pick makes me happy. And you know what? I will shout out. I was a big fan of his pre-draft, and so was Sarah. Sarah was a big fan of Osiris Torrence pre-draft. And it's one of those things. Before the Bills took him, a lot of the fan base and some of Bills content creators, draft analysis guys were saying, because he was pegged to go to the Bills like in round 1, right? And so a lot of people were saying, well, he's going to need some time to kind of work on his technique. He gets good displacement in the run game, but as a pass blocker, he needed some work there. But I guess maybe this is the Aaron Kromer effect.
Who said that?
Oh, dude, there were. We could talk after the show. I ain't gonna put anybody on blast.
He played an entire year last year, didn't give up one sack, didn't have one penalty.
Yeah, but I understand the reservations. Like I get it.
I mean, with everybody you draft, but like if there was anybody that you thought might be good in the pass game for us, like I thought as a rookie he would be more melted into the roster, but as far as like a pass blocking right guard, he might be the best one we've had since being start here.
Since Incognito, right? Incognito was left.
I wasn't really I was here at the end of his thing here, but as far as a guard in general, I probably like Torrance has the ability to be the best one that the Bills have had in a while.
Yeah, I agree with that. But it's good that Aaron Kromer is able to get this kind of production out of him so far. I mean, the Bills, I think people have said in the past where Bills don't play their rookies. It's kind of this myth thing, right? But
not really been a myth. I mean,
it can go either way. It's one of those things that it can go either way.
Yeah. We've actually started more like late round rookies than we have like Chris Benford started last year. We've started a lot of like later. AJ actually got some starts his first year, I think. But other than like the first round picks like Trey and Josh, like even Josh was melted in. We have been a team generally to just mix in your young guys over and over again than actually playing them a lot off the beginning and starting them and them not coming out. So hopefully with Kincaid and him, they get as much playing time as they can ask for. Yeah, no,
I'm excited about it. So outside of that, Questenberry was released today, where I think, kind of saw that coming. Alec Anderson, Ryan Vandermark, he showed that he could play right tackle last week. He wasn't great at it, but in a pinch, you could throw him in there.
I was more surprised that what hasn't happened yet. I thought there's still time. Don't get me wrong. There's still time. I thought we might have traded for one of these linebackers that were going to get cut at some point. But who knows? There's some guys to pick up. So I'm more excited about what might happen here in the next couple of days than what is actually happening. I don't see any like crazy things. Did Klein make the roster? I have a feeling that
AJ Klein was cut. He was cut.
I have a feeling that Bernard is going to get the start.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
Yeah,
I think Tyrell,
which is a little weird. Which is a little weird, like given that he hasn't played at all. It's a little interesting that it feels like they had that planned and they were just telling us something else. That's what it feels like. But like, If I was to make it, if I was to make a guess, like
you make it sound like the Bills Illuminati.
bro, because
master
bro,
plan.
he hasn't barely practiced. He's barely practiced. He played like 1 week of training camp, didn't play any preseason games, and then now he's gonna get the start first week after they've been hyping up about it for a while. So it's interesting. It's interesting that he might get like that. It sounds like he might get the start.
I mean, he has to at this point. Like, I feel like they're setting him up for more failure than he's already. Well, because he hasn't played, right? I mean, the failure, I think, or the disappointment comes. He was a 3rd round pick. I felt like he should be better, right?
Well, he's not a Mike.
No,
like, he plays will, like he's a natural will.
He is a natural will.
So like,
but listen, like, I need you to do something. You know what I'm saying? Like, when he played in the Jets game, buddy, I need you to do something. Like, we got,
I think they'll start him. I do think guys like I think it was Deion Jones and I have a feeling that they've called Kirksey. I don't know that for sure.
Man,
but
I wish that was the case.
I just like, why not? Like, he's getting paid from Houston, whatever he's guaranteed already. So why not call Kirksey and give him a shot and see what happens? I just don't see any downside to it.
Yeah, like, I mean, can you get him on a vet min? You know what I'm saying? Right? Like, you're gonna chase a ring. Like, you wasn't gonna do that in Houston.
You got your bag in Houston now. Like, if you want to keep playing, if you don't want to keep playing, I get it. Like, it is what it is. But if you want to keep playing, like, you got your bag in Houston. Let's go let's come try to get you a ring.
Yeah, Deion Jones is another one. Like you're mentioning. I would give me him. I mean, any middle linebacker at this rate. Like,
and maybe Bernard turns out to be like great.
Man, don't say it. He ain't. Stop it. Stop it. Stop.
I haven't seen him play, bro. I haven't seen him play. So like, maybe he turns out to be great, but I would get Kirksey or Deion Jones as a backup plan just in case.
You know why this is gonna work? Because you're just so optimistic. just believe in everybody.
I'm manifesting.
You can't manifest that, bro.
I can manifest everything.
Did you put some manifestation on Tyrell Dotson?
Nah, really.
Well,
like, because I have to believe it, and so like I love Tyrell. I love T-Dot, like, good ass dude, but like I have to believe what I'm saying, and I believe that we are going to go out there.
It's still a major concern.
We'll see.
It's a big time concern for me, at least. I don't know about how you guys are feeling out there. I mean, the Bills Mafia was just divided today, and there was people just coming out, just saying all kinds of stuff. Feelings were.
I want to ask you on here.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Somebody brought this up in a group chat. I forget who it was, but Brandon Beane, as far as like what you've seen, and there's people arguing that he's top 3 right now. There's people arguing that he's top 5 and maybe a little lower. Like, where do you have Brandon Beane on the GM list?
I have him top 5, but not top 3. Look, Brandon Beane's done a really good job. He's done an amazing job being GM of the Buffalo Bills. Like, he's put together one of the best rosters in the league, but I think he had one of a hallmark class. The Tre'Davious White class was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Oh God, not this again, but it's true, right? He's just not top 3 to me.
I mean, I agree. I agree because, well, in my opinion, you have to make a bowl. You have to make a bowl to get the top 3.
Yeah.
So, like,
right.
I don't have the Niners GM there yet. I would I have the Bills at 5 tied with, well, I guess 4 and 5 tied with the Niners. And then I have the Eagles GM, the Chiefs GM, and then the Bengals GM.
Howie Roseman, dude, to me, he's the best GM in the league.
He's just aggressive, and people like seeing aggressive. His aggression, though, I don't like. I have a bias to hatred towards Howie Roseman.
Oh wow, you actually have some hate in your heart. Just let it out.
Just a little bit. Like, he cut Jordan without giving him a real shot.
Okay.
It's F Howie Roseman in my head. I'll give him the number 1 GM because he's been aggressive the last couple.
Okay, well, I'll tell you why I like him. I mean, he's done a rebuild twice. Like, they were all excited about Carson Wentz, had Nick Foles on the roster, won the Super Bowl, tore that down, went against what everybody thought and drafted Jalen Hurts, right? And he continues to build one of the best rosters in the league with assets. Like they were killed. And then the draft class that he just got, Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith,
I put him at
Sidney
one,
Brown,
but it's
like
still F Howie Roseman.
I mean, F him. Yeah, we can F him all day. Like I'm just saying, like he did a good job.
Yeah, he's cool, but like he did a good job. But he's really
I ain't saying
really
like,
trash. He's cool at GM, but he trash human being.
I mean, yeah, he probably boils chicken. He boils chicken.
He definitely boils chicken.
Yeah, he boils chicken. I mean, it's
bland,
all good.
Bland, sketty.
Salt, pepper, garlic, dog. Breaking news: Jermaine Ifedi signing with the Bills.
Is this fact, sir?
Yeah, Jermaine. Well, yeah, Sarah's saying it's fact. So Jermaine Ifedi played for the Seattle Seahawks, right tackle. I mean, solid. Listen, at this rate,
I don't know nothing about him, so like I'm trying to figure out what's going on, but like I don't know nothing about him. I mean, if he's solid,
yeah, he was released. He was released. I want to say last week, I believe Jermaine Ifedi was released. Sarah Baum, yeah, facts. God, I can't remember who he was, who he played for in college, but I've watched maybe a little bit of tape on him, but not much. But now I have to watch some tape on him. So, yeah, Jermaine Ifedi signs with the Bills. So I guess that's a solid depth pickup.
I mean, if he's a former first-round pick, that means he has some talent. They just have to get it out of him. Any first-round pick has talent. Any first-round pick at all, with the exception of
Alex Leatherwood,
he has talent somewhere. Like whether they could get it out of him, like that's so. 83 started, hasn't a lot of pressure this preseason.
That's because he ain't played.
That's you hear salty Sterling over here not liking our pickup.
I don't know. Pickup, I mean, listen, yeah. I mean, it at least you're giving Spencer Brown like some competition.
Yeah.
I mean, you're pretty much set though.
Like, something that I've liked that I wanted to look at was bringing in. I thought it might be Jason Peters at one point, but if you bring in Ifedi and he can win the job, having Spencer Brown as like a big man, 6 lineman that you could bring in and have a big set on goal line. That's something that like we haven't had in a while of dominant like linemen. So like I wouldn't mind Spencer Brown as like a 6'6" lineman.
Yeah. You know, I mean, I think he's pretty solid from what I've seen. I mean, I think he's solid in pass pro. I'm not sure what he is as a run blocker, but I got to find out and figure it out. But, I don't think he's starting over Spencer Brown though.
I mean, I'm not going to say he's going to start or not, but I mean, it's a competition. It's going to be a competition at least. I mean, Spencer hasn't looked amazing in the preseason, so yeah, it'll be some type of competition.
Sarah saying he could start over Spencer Brown, and he's bad at run blocking. Didn't let it pressure all season. So, I mean, we'll see I think this is where your coaching comes in. Like this is where Cromer shines. If he's going to shine, I mean, you got to get a guy like this and kind of make it happen. I don't know, man. That's big news. We got a little Sarah Baum on the show.
What about a middle linebacker though, Sarah?
Right? Like, can we get that? Like, I don't care about no damn right tackle right now.
I mean, I care
unless it's a viable starter, like a known commodity. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about no damn tackle. I need a middle linebacker to fix that defense, bro. To fix it. Before we close out the show, let's take a quick second. Let's take a quick second for our little commercial break.
Bills Mafia is back. Are you ready for it? The 3rd annual Buffalo Rumblings IPA beer release party is going down September 16th, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Resurgence Brewing Company located downtown at 55 Chicago Street. I'm going to tell you what, you do not want to miss this event. Come out and hang with Joe, Sarah, and the rest of the Buffalo Rumblings crew for the Megapod. You're going to want to bring your questions and be a part of the live stream. Get involved. It's going to be live. And this year, we're also going to have our friends from Fans of Buffalo joining the party and sponsoring the fun. They're going to be in the house to provide you with all the information you need to make your away game day experience the easiest and the most smooth that you've ever had in your life. I can promise you, they do their job very well. So make sure you make it out Saturday, September 16th, 6 p.m., Resurgence Brewing Company, 55 Chicago Street. Go Bills.
Yes, sir. We're gonna be in that thing. Me and you. We're gonna be there.
Yeah, absolutely. I got a lot of family coming through and friends from back home. It'll be nice. It'll be a fun time.
You know, I'm gonna get you drunk.
No, you're not. No, you're not. I don't like. I hope you guys drink all the beer you can, but I'm not really a beer guy, and so like, I'm gonna be up there sober as hell.
It's a liquor, and they be shots.
Sober as can be up there for sure.
Not during the vidcast, not during the live pod.
We got a game to go to the next day. I'm gonna be.
Oh my god! Who are you? Who are you?
Bedtime. I'm getting older. I'm an adult. What do you mean?
Oh my god! Get out of here with that! Stop it! Stop the cat, bro! You crazy? Get out of here with that! Tell me I'm gonna go to sleep.
Was there any guys that you hope that we pick up on the practice squad that got cut?
For the practice squad, I would like to see them bring Andy Isabella, and throw him on the practice squad. Reed Ferguson was released, but they kind of told him, "Hey, wait in the parking lot. We're gonna figure this out."
He gets released every year.
Every year,
he gets released every year and come right real quick.
Let's see who else was.
I think Jamarcus will like Ingram.
You think Jamarcus Ingram will go
come back on the practice squad unless he goes somewhere else to play. He did have a solid. Him and Alex Austin corners had a really solid preseason, and so I wouldn't be surprised if they get picked up on by someone else. But I would assume that they would sign back to this practice squad if they clear waivers.
Yeah, look. The only thing I'm concerned about. Middle linebacker can't like, do they gotta hear us? Like they know, like what are you waiting? What do you see in Terrell Bernard that stops you?
Middle linebacker is not the same as like you have to come in. He's getting the green dot. They're giving the green dot to whoever the middle linebacker is.
A veteran linebacker like Christian Kirksey can come in.
That's what we've been waiting for,
right? Like
that play's got to happen at some point. Like one of the middle linebackers have to get picked up at some point. I would assume, especially since they cut Klein. If they cut Klein and he's not coming back, then I would have to assume that they're going to pick up a middle linebacker at some point.
Ralph Wilson Sr. says the Peterman released reunion. Nope.
No.
Bro.
I'm more of I'm an advocate of going out and getting Carson Wentz. I'm not sure if he's signed to the Chiefs, but as a backup,
bro, he is a locker room killer.
No, he's not, bro.
You know him personally.
Do you?
Yeah.
No, you don't.
I pull a Stephen A on here. I know that brother dearly.
You can't be a locker room killer in a locker room, especially in the quarterback.
The rumor. That's the book on him. Anyway, that's what they be saying.
Coming in as a backup, he'll be fine.
Give me. Can we get like Mitch Trubisky? Or Mason Rudolph?
Somebody else's backup. Mason Rudolph.
Somebody. Look, you want Peterman?
No, I would rather have Carson Wentz than Mason Rudolph.
No. But I just don't. If he's got any type of bad juju, I don't want him. Sorry, dog. PJ Walker. Give me PJ Walker.
I'm taking Wentz over Walker too. He's proven. And he can run this offense.
Wentz had one solid year. And he had a 27 touchdown, 7 interception year with the Colts.
He has a ring.
He ain't do nothing.
He got them there. What do you mean?
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
I would take Will. That's
injured.
That's the first good. That's the first good. Put up Sarah's comment.
Will Greer. He won't clear waivers.
That's the first quarterback.
Will Greer had one good game.
But what do you mean? He's better than all the quarterbacks you didn't name. Mason, other than Mitch, and we can't steal another two. So Mason Rudolph and PJ Walker. I'm taking Will Greer over them.
Whatever, dude.
That's crazy.
You over
That's crazy.
Whatever. Nah. I'll take Fitz.
Fitz who?
Fitz who? Ryan Fitzpatrick, fool?
Fitz is 265 pounds right now. Chilling.
Who cares?
What do you mean?
He can still throw the ball.
You're throwing out some awful names that I've heard so far. I've heard awful names come out other than Mitch Trubisky, and like it's just not a possibility. That's crazy.
You a hater. You sound like Mr. T today.
That's crazy.
you just straight hater, bro. Look, you and McNasty.
Wentz wagon.
Wentz wagon. Y'all can take that wagon down the street and dump it in the river because I don't want nothing to do with that trash. Keep that mess. Who's on TV now? Who's on TV now? Fitz is not overweight. See,
I didn't say he was overweight.
You said he was 265.
265 is not overweight if you're actually strong as hell. I didn't say he was overweight.
Fitz.
I did see Fitz in our stands for the playoff game. Did anybody got that picture? Pull that up. I saw the beer belly. Stop playing.
Hey, he was living his best life. Look, Fitz had to put weight on in the winter to keep warm.
That's
right.
Bring him back as
he's probably freaking just washed abs, like just six packing over there.
Man,
my boy Fitz.
Pause.
Man, whatever. The damn kids these days.
Oh man.
So what do you? Go ahead.
Go ahead. You good?
What do we look forward to? Like, season's coming up. 2 weeks. Like, we gotta figure out something to do in the meantime.
It's gonna be a tough weekend for sure. College football doesn't really interest me outside of Oregon State.
Okay.
But it'll be a tough weekend. Like, we're just gonna be talking about the same things next week too.
Right.
So it's gonna be like, but I'm excited about this Jets game. It'll be a good test for us. It'll be a good test for them. Twan's not here, so we didn't talk about it much. But the Jets look well. Aaron Rodgers looks good. It'll be a good game. It'll be a really good game. I'm excited for that. I'm going to that one. So.
Oh, you're gonna be there?
Absolutely. I'm taking the train up. I know you guys don't know what that is, but I'm taking the train up to New Jersey, and it'll be a fun time up there.
You taking a train from Buffalo, New Jersey?
Buffalo, New Jersey. Yep.
How long of a ride is that?
Like six-ish hours. I'm leaving at like 4:30 in the morning, so I'll sleep the whole time.
Wait, you gonna sleep on a train for 6 hours? I'm
leaving at 4:30.
Bro,
the entire time.
No, I couldn't do that.
Well, I'm in business class. I got my own.
That train better have like a closed. Like I better have a first class. I mean, people looking at you.
Bro,
like,
you sleep on planes?
No.
You don't sleep on planes?
Sleep on the planes.
All pros in the business.
There you go. There you go.
What do?
What's up, man?
Bro, tell you how we take trains because he don't like to fly, bro. It's crazy.
Oh, that's why? Because he don't like to fly?
It's crazy.
The truth comes out.
Plane an hour down the road. I can just take a train.
No.
All across the country, bro. All you want to do is take a damn train.
No, I couldn't do that. I mean, people text you, dog.
My boys talk about boys good.
What'd you say?
You say you good?
Say boys
yeah,
good.
I'm good, man. Hey, I love the hoodie, bro. I love the hoodie. Thank you for the hoodie.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I was rocking it. I had to wear the gray today, but I've been wearing it every day for like 2 weeks.
Y'all boys look good in it. Nah, I just want to come on and say what's up. Boys looking good on here. My brother's looking good on here. My boy's down. He's down. So he's down like 60. Oh, he's down. He's down right now.
He said he down 80. I said, bro,
too.
You done shrunk like in a little African village. You done shed like 10 kids, bro. 10 of them things.
So
it's one of them like
good, though. I just want to come on and hop on and say what's up.
Appreciate you, man. Good luck on the season, bro.
Yeah, boys, we'll see you soon.
Yeah, Poe looking all jacked over there.
He did get bigger. He's been lifting, so he got bigger. So no, but he went. So funny story. He went and bought. We've been playing the Wii. Me and Jordan been playing Mario Kart on the Wii, and he was like, "This ain't the newest Mario Kart." I was like, "Nah, Mario Kart 8, but it's not on the Wii." He went and bought two DSs, and we were about to play Mario Kart 8 tonight.
Okay. I see what you're doing. I see what y'all doing. But the truth came out about you in planes. So
no,
you ain't skirting that.
I'll take a plane.
You ain't skirting that.
If I could choose not to, I'm just not. I don't need to take a plane to New Jersey. I could take a train.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. It's been real. It's been nice, but guess what? We up out of here, man. It's time to close it down. But make sure you guys keep it locked and loaded right here on the Buffalo Rumblers VidCast feed. You know, I'm your host, Sterls, for the girls. We got All Bro Poe on the other side, and this has been the Chop Up, man. You guys have a great freaking rest of your week, and we out of here.
I need it up front. Can't tell me, cause I do what I want. Self-made everything, you know we gon' stun. You know that we eatin', it's looking like lunch. So I tell them that I need it up front. Can't tell me, cause I do what I want. Self-made everything, you know we gon' stun. You know that we eatin', it's looking like lunch. So I tell them that I need it.
Everything around my whole team, though. You ain't getting money, you niggas ain't never seen, though. Tell me where the cash at, I tell you where the stash at. I've been getting to it so long, been having flashbacks.